Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to iTouch App Reviewers. In this video, I want to go over something pretty important with you guys. I want to help you guys make sure that you guys get your pre-order in on October 27th as fast as possible so that you guys can get the iPhone 10 on November 3rd when it comes out. So I'm going to go over all of the tips and tricks that I have learned over the years, and hopefully it will help you guys get this phone as soon as possible. All right, so the first thing you guys need to know is that pre-orders start on October 27th at 12:01 Pacific Daylight Time. So that means you guys need to convert this to whatever time zone you guys are in. So for me, I'm in Eastern Standard Time, but of course daylight saving, so it's Eastern Daylight Time. So right now, I am 3 hours ahead of Pacific Time. So that means at 3 a.m. is when I need to be up to pre-order this thing. So 3:01 a.m. Eastern Standard Time or Eastern Daylight Time, whatever you want to call it, that is when this is going down. So figure out where you're at, what your time zone is, and convert it. So that's pretty much the easiest first step. So the second thing you're going to want to do is go to Apple's website and sign in up here. Just hit this, hit sign in, and then you're going to want to go to your account. You're going to click account here, and then you're going to go to your billing and shipping info. You're going to make sure all of that information is filled in accurately. Make sure your credit card's already preloaded so you don't have to type that in. And so yeah, you're going to want all that stuff in there so that you're ready on pre-order day. The next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to remember that most people get their pre-orders in on their phone rather than the website. So I believe last year for the iPhone 7, I got the Jet Black 128 gig, and I was actually just fine with it. And I ran into a few hiccups along the way, which I will get to in a second. But a lot of people these days are ordering it through their phones with the Apple Store app, and apparently it is more reliable. I did not do that last year. But again, their website does not update as frequently because it's cached and everything. So the app is pretty much updated instantly. So when it is live, it goes live on the app first. So go ahead and download the Apple Store app from the App Store and sign in there as well. Now, the next tip is to put your Apple Pay onto your iPhone so that you can check out using the app on your phone with just entering your fingerprint. This is something that I haven't actually done yet, but I have heard other stories of people using this as their method of payment and checkout, and it's really quick because literally all it does is ask for your fingerprint. Supposedly, you don't have to type in anything. But again, if you follow the last step where you entered it all on the website, you should be good to go. But if you want just that quicker access, you might want to do Apple Pay on your phone. I haven't decided if I'm going to do that yet because I don't use Apple Pay at all. I don't even have it loaded. I don't even know how to use it. I mean, technically I do, but I haven't used it in real life. So I don't know if I want to do that on, crunch time for the iPhone 10. I might just do it the good old fashioned way that I know. But just make sure your information is preloaded. That is the main thing. The next step that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to figure out what plan you're on. So when you go into here and you click on the iPhone 10 and you go through some of the steps, I'll just do it live for you guys so you guys can see it in person. Models and pricing. Come on. Wow, their website's already being slow. All right, click on this. Right, then Verizon, for me at least, I want silver probably, and then 256 gigs. How would I like to pay? I'm going to do pay in full. So depending on what you're doing, you're going to want to obviously take note of that. And that's pretty much it. That's as far as I can go. Some people will actually leave this screen up for the entire duration of the event. They'll just keep this up because the Apple Store actually goes down and they'll just refresh this. I don't know if that's actually going to work. You guys, of course, could try it. Maybe have one open on your Mac, one open on your iPad, one open on your phone. You could leave the App Store, the Apple Store open. But basically what you do is if you go to this page on the Apple Store app, hit the little heart in the top right icon, it will save it as a favorite. And once you have it as a favorite, you can literally, if you're signed in anywhere on here or whatever, just click on your favorites and it will pre-configure everything that you already put in. So super easy. Really good way to just bring it up when the time comes, when it opens up at 3:01 Eastern Standard Time on October 27th, you will be ready to go. Now, when you do check out, it's going to ask you for your Verizon or whatever account. It's going to ask you for details. So if you're not the primary account owner, it's probably going to ask for information specific to your account, which can include phone numbers for like the main account, as well as social security numbers. So you're going to want to have that on hand. So if it's your parents' account, you're going to want to get that information from them beforehand so you're ready and don't have to wake them up at 3 in the morning like I had to do last year, if I remember correctly. So yeah, don't do that. It wastes time. So have that all ready to go beforehand. Now you're going to want to have as many devices as you can. You're going to want to have, if you have a Mac, open up Safari and have the web page preloaded, kind of like I do here. You're going to want to have as many iPhones as you have on either the website on some of them, some of them on cellular, some of them on Wi-Fi. If you have two different Wi-Fi networks, choose different ones in case one craps out. If you got iPads, set those up as well. Just every single device that you have it ready just in case something fails. Maybe a battery dies, maybe the network goes out. Have some of them on cellular, like I said. So you're going to have your ass covered in case something goes down. You guys definitely do not want to miss a minute or even a couple seconds when you're pre-ordering this thing, because you will be pushed back in line for probably up to a month, at least, just from those few seconds that you're missing. So you want to have your bases covered here. Now, one thing that I noticed on the app when I was just going through it was after I got past the Verizon page, it said, do you want to replace this iPhone or buy a new iPhone? And I actually opened up a support ticket with Apple before I filmed this video to get clarification on this, because I personally don't know what it means, and I wanted to make sure I give you guys the correct information. So the exact wording is, it says your current carrier is Verizon, then it has my phone number. It says replace this iPhone on my Verizon account or buy a new iPhone on an existing wireless account. So I asked them what this means. You know, if I buy a new iPhone, is that going to open a new line on my account? Am I going to be charged for that? And they basically said no, but if you click replace this iPhone, it's just going to do exactly what it says. So it's going to come pre-configured for a replacement for my iPhone 7 that I have. Whereas if I do buy a new iPhone, I could pretty much replace anyone's phone in my family or on that plan, or I could open up a new line. So I think buy a new iPhone on an existing wireless account is more for people that are either buying for someone else or want to open up a new line or something. Personally, I'm probably just going to replace this iPhone on my Verizon account. At first, the guy was kind of sketching me out, making me think that this was going to be like a trade-in thing, and I'm not doing that. So I might run through a few scenarios with the iPhone 8 right now, you know, before I do the iPhone 10 pre-order, just to make sure that of what this is actually going to do. But I believe if you do replace this iPhone on my Verizon account or whatever account you're on, you should be okay. I think it would be cool if there was, you know, an unlocked version like they usually have, but I guess they're not going to have this one up for that right away, so you're going to have to choose one of these. So again, if you choose AT&T or T-Mobile, you are getting the iPhone with lesser band frequencies. The chip doesn't do as many, so you can't get CDMA coverage on those phones. So just keep that in mind if you guys want to be able to basically have a better phone. I mean, it's better only if you're going to ever use CDMA or resell your phone, but Sprint and Verizon have the better chip in them for all the networks, whereas if you get these two, you're locked down to these two, or GSM networks. Just keep that in mind. I'm lucky, I'm on Verizon, so it's pretty easy for me. Next up, you're gonna wanna consider some backup plans. In case the phone that you want gets sold out right away and you really want this thing, you're gonna want to have backup. So black or space gray, whatever, is probably going to sell out first, probably in the 64 gigabyte variant. So if that's your main one, you're going to want to have that, but then maybe have the 256 as backup, assuming you have the money. And then, you know, whatever you choose, just have a backup and know that silver's probably not going to sell out as fast, although they have it obviously, you know, first in line here. Like it's the first one you see and then you go to black. Also on their app, it's the first one you see. You have to scroll to see space gray. So it's kind of like they're pushing silver for some reason. Not really sure why. I think silver looks a little bit better right now. So I'll probably be getting silver. But again, they both look great, so that's up to you guys to choose. But yeah, I think silver looks good, so I'm probably going to choose silver. So yeah, just keep these things in mind when you're pre-ordering, and you guys should be good to go. You're going to want to set up shop before. Obviously, you don't want to just sit down at 3 in the morning and, you know, hope to God that you can open up all these things on your phones and all your accounts. You're going to want to plan a little bit in advance. I'm probably going to have this stuff going for a couple hours beforehand, because the Apple Store actually goes down usually like 5 to 6 hours before, you know, where it says we'll be back, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to try to have this open on my, I'm going to leave a tab open. So basically I'm going to choose my phone, capacity, and band full. And there we go. So I'm going to leave this page open for hours. I'll probably just leave this one. No, I'm just kidding. It's a couple weeks before, but I'll probably pull this up a day before and just see if I can add it to my bag or something. Otherwise, I will just keep it open like this. And when the time comes, hopefully I'll be able to refresh it, just hit select and sign in from there. The biggest bottleneck, I think, is filling in shipping information and billing information. So make sure that that's all in there and correct. You know, the expiration dates, you know, if you have an old card in there, make sure everything's up to date. That's going to be the biggest slowdown for most people. So these are my tips and tricks. If more come out, if I think of more, or if I find out that there's been a change or there's just more better tips, I will make a video updating you guys as well. And if there's something crazy like the day before where you can add one of these to your bag, I will definitely be making a video, basically an emergency video that day, posting that as fast as I can so you guys get notified So make sure you hit that little bell icon in case that happens. Hit the subscribe button, hit this video with a big thumbs up, share it with your friends and family so they can get in on it. And basically, I know that this video could technically hurt my chances of getting this phone, but I want you guys to be able to know all these tips and tricks as well, so you guys get ahead of the common people that don't know these. So you guys are my subscribers. You guys are awesome. Drop a comment down below with which iPhone 10 model you're going to get, which color and which capacity, and let me know if you guys are going to pre-order it as well. So that's all I got for this video, guys. If you liked it, hit it with a big thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.